Welcome back, NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. We got a new marathon by GREYBEARD, and I'm super excited about this one. I've been getting into more southern rock, as of the last 2 years. Pretty much the only bands that I knew that are, very, very big in the genre was Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I only knew like the very, very, very classics like Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama. So I'm always excited to get to know more bands, and of course ZZ Top is another one that I knew, but only like the best of. We've seen them live since, and but yeah, these are GREYBEARD's picks for today. First of all, thank you so much, GREYBEARD, for the support. It's been awesome the last couple of days. Also talking to you, and all that good stuff. So we really missed you. So we're super happy you're back, watching the channel, all that good stuff, and feeling good. And that's like, that really makes us happy. So thank you for sponsoring this video. And, let's get into it. So these are, I do know, let's see. Okay, let's see what GREYBEARD sent us here in an email. I don't think it's too much information. Let's see here. This is marathon. Yesterday I did an amazing marathon for Eric, a prog music and fusion. You'll see that, I'm sure once this comes up, once I upload this, the other one will already be up there. Okay, so it says, this little marathon features some country rock bands that me and my dad enjoyed over the years. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Thought I'd change it up a bit for you and bring you out of your comfort zone. Oh, okay. I like that. I personally think you'll enjoy these tracks. Well, I mean, he knows me, but it's always nice, to listen to some stuff that you don't really know, that you don't like, you're not so sure of, you don't really know what's happening. So all these tracks are from the 60s and 70s, but let's go through them. So we're gonna start it off with Christine's tune from the Flying Burrito Brothers. I love it. I love that name, Flying Burritos. 1969. This is the album, The Gilded Palace of Sin. Never heard of the Burrito Brothers. Like, how did they come up with the name? I love it, Then the next one I do know, Poco. Poco, the only, I've done a Poco reaction, but I've heard of Poco before that reaction. But because I saw a documentary on the Eagles and the bass player, the Eagles bass player, the second one, came from that band, but that's pretty much all I know. But this is up from the debut of Poco, which is from 1970, and this is called Hurry Up Now Tell Me. All right, then we're gonna do Pure Prayer League, Angel Number 9 from Busting Out, 1972. I've done some reactions from this album. I remember that. Like I said, I never forget a cover or a face. So I remember that cover. And then, let's see. The next one, I think I got the wrong album here. This is called Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Ripplin Waters. I got an anthology, but this is from Symphonian Dream. Let me look that up now. And then the next one is a track called Mexico. And this is from the album I'm sorry. This is from the album Firefall, self-titled, from the band Firefall from 1976. I think those guys are from Denver. Let me see. Colorado. Let's see. Nitty Gritty. There it is. Okay, I got it. I just want to do, if you guys tell me, I want this specific album, Ripplin Water. There it is. Yeah, I want to play the one, the original one, you know. Okay. Yeah, and it is longer, so I'm happy that I'm doing the one that Greybeard told me about. So Firefall, I'll look it up. I look into the bands once I get there. But yeah, that's it. So if you want to stick around, you know, for this marathon, you're welcome, and enjoy, and let's get into it, you know. So I don't need these anymore. I might need them, but I can also pretty much... Wow, my hair is getting so long, but I'm on the fence, like, should I cut it? If I cut it, maybe it's the last time that I let it grow. It's, you know, one of those things. I don't know. I guess I'll wait another week or two. Okay, so here we go with Christine's tune from the Flying Burrito Brothers. Here we go. Thank you again, everybody, for being here, and enjoy. Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just love that style. It's so that pedal steel guitar that has such an iconic sound for those bands. It's instantly like, oh yeah, you know, this is that style. And also I think they use a lot of slide guitar. I never really know the difference between the pedal steel guitar and the slide. I mean, I'm kind of like getting there. I think it does sound a little bit different because I've been trying it myself, you know, the steel, the slide thing. But it would be nice to get a steel guitar, a pedal steel guitar. One of my favorite guitar players, David Gilmour, he is a master on that thing, and just on the Division Bell, oof, my God. Have you ever seen Pulse live? I'm sure you have. Most of you guys. Such a great display. But yeah, I love the harmonies, you know. Great sounding band for the first album. Great, you know. And yeah, I really do like this, you know. It's definitely music I would listen to, you know, in my private time. And sometimes I say, yeah, I would not listen to this, you know, some stuff. But this, yeah, definitely I would. It's feel good music. Cool. Let's continue.
It's up in your pocket whenever you are looking for a dime. It's alright to call her, but I'll bet you the moon is full
So yeah, I think that last part, that was the slide, and the other one was the steel pedal guitar. So yeah, I really don't know. You know, sometimes I'm not a professional, but I just had a sip of my coffee, and from one coffee drinker to the other, Salut. Prost, how we say in Germany. But no, I just wanted to I'm gonna send you a picture, Eric, of this amazing thing that Alexia got me. I don't know, maybe I've talked about it like once or twice. It's like this little platform, and it's just like on the desk right here by the computer and by the keyboard. And when you put something that weighs something on it, then it turns on, and it starts to heat the cup. So it's never cold. The coffee never gets cold. Now you have to be careful. You can't just leave it there all day, because it starts to form, that little layer. But it's really cool. I think it's one of the best Christmas gifts I've ever gotten, because I don't have to heat up my coffee. I don't have to leave. It's just a good thing. I'll send you a picture. And then you can sit in front of your computer or watch a movie and just enjoy hot coffee, all day. Okay, this was great. I loved it. Really, really cool. And I know these bands always have amazing solos and improvisations, and I do love it. Okay, so now Poco, which I guess is a Spanish word, just saying. Poco means like poquito, when people say poquito, poco's the word for little, a little amount. Not small, little amount, poco. So, but I'm sure that's not what this means, but I just wanted to, for people that are extra interested, there it is. All right, hurry up. Now tell me. Here we go.
Here I sit with you like the days got no hours. I find it kind of easy though, 'cause I'm lazy. It's a good day for showers. So don't worry, whatever I might do, no hurry. I've been a
my god, I love those harmonies, like like I so good. I didn't know that Jim Messina was the vocalist of Loggins and Messina, another marathon that I did for Greybeard that just blew my freaking head off. I love his voice. He's so good. And his guitar playing. Then I was talking about Timothy Schmidt, the bass guitarist, and that later ended up with the Eagles. So that's the guy that I saw in the documentary, because it's like, oh, Timothy Schmidt from Poco. And I was like, Poco, you know? So there we go. Rusty Young on the steel guitar, and then Richie Fleury on the guitar and vocals. George Grantham on the drums. What a cool sounding band. Second album. So freaking good. Yeah, those harmonies, I have to figure out if they were playing like in thirds. It didn't sound like, it sounded like a different note, but I'll figure it out. I'll listen to this later and figure it out. All right, let's keep going. It's so good. Wonderful. Let's go. So cool, man. Thank you so much, you know, Eric, for sharing this, that these are like memories with your dad. I think that's never going to go away, because I have, you know, although my dad was not like the best dad, he wasn't like a monster or anything. He was just like, he didn't have time for anyone but himself. That was his problem. But when he did have time, he was pretty nice, you know. And I remember he called me up and he's like, hey, go to the airport, there's a ticket for you, come to LA. And I was like, okay. And it was super funny, because I, of course, I didn't fill out the immigration form. So because they gave me a paper to fill out, you know, and I didn't fill it out, and I just got off the plane, and then I got detained, you know. And I had I think my hair was all the way down to here, and I had a guitar on my back, and they're like, okay, where are you going? You're not coming through. So I had to fill it out right there. It was not a big deal. I have a German passport, so pretty much that is already like a free pass. It really is. But they were like, hey, you know, you can't go through. So he was like, oh my God, I thought you had missed the flight, because he was waiting outside, and everybody came off the plane except me. But yeah, so that was kind of fun. And then we went to what was still Tower Records. And because I had this cassette of Yngwie Malmsteen, and I showed it to him, and he's like, we have to buy this man's like music. And then we went to Tower Records and we bought the entire Yngwie Malmsteen collection. At that time, it was like, I think up to 2004 or something, 2005. And man, and I remember just like those, I stayed there for like a week, and we were just blasting Yngwie Malmsteen. And he had this Lincoln Town Car or something, and you could put the CDs in the back, like 10 CDs. So we put all the CDs in the back, and we listened to the entire Yngwie Malmsteen discography. But he really dug the music, because he likes classical music, he likes rock. But it was, yes, Yngwie Malmsteen is metal, but he did dig like the way he plays, and he was like, this guy, I've never heard anybody play like this before. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So, and then we also got that same week. That was one of the best weeks I've ever like lived with my dad. We went to I don't know if it was Guitar Center But we got because he's like, do you need anything, to play? And I was like, well, we could look at pedals. And then I got my first Crybaby, and that was kind of cool. And it was just a really cool week. So that's a memory I wanted to share with you guys, where I kind of forcefully got my dad to listen to Ingrid Malmsteen. But he was like, I mean, he was a rocker, he hung out with all those guys in the 70s, and so he obviously he was older at that time, so he was not. I once, I think I played in Pearl Jam, and he was like, wow, it's just like I don't know, he really liked it. So yeah, he really liked heavy music, but he was more of a jazz guy, blues guy. He did introduce me to Supertramp. So yeah. All right, let's keep going. This was great. So this next one here, so I've done a reaction to Pure Prayer League before from the same album. I remember this guy like flying through the door. I don't know if they're kicking him out or but this is Angel number 9, and I was almost gonna play this song Angel, because there's Angel and then there's Angel number 9 on this record, so I almost messed up, but no, this time I didn't. So whew, good stuff. Here we go.
Looks like it's happening one more time. Something's wrong, and I can't find a reason or a rhyme. But if you find out, don't try to tell me, 'cause I can't feel anything at all. Sunlight, you gotta shine on through so I can have it all. If you find lots of other reasons to keep me near, don't tell me. I think I've had it all way up to here. Yeah, but if you find out, don't try to tell me, 'cause I can't feel anything at all. Sunlight, you.
Okay, I love it, man. This sound, like this typical, with the slide. I wonder when this. I could look it up. I mean, that's why we live in an age where everything can be looked up, which is kind of crazy. But I rather prefer you guys, if you know it, put it in the comments. Where does this come from? Like, because when I hear a guitar like that, it sounds very Hawaiian, the typical Hawaiian sound of Hawaiian music. It has this slide across the strings, this, I don't know, what it's called, but it, what I mean, right? And it's constantly happening. So I just would like to know, when did this come up? Who did it first? I mean, that's a good question, I think, Yeah, no, that would be kind of cool if you could answer that. I mean, if you know it, if you don't have to look it up yourself, like where does this, who did it first, like where did it, I mean, because somebody must have done it first. Like what kind of music? Maybe it was not even Hawaiian music. Maybe the thing that we say Hawaiian music is not even actual, like music of the natives, so from Hawaii. So yeah, that would be just interesting to know. I mean, I literally, like I said, I could look it up, but that takes all the fun out of it, rather not knowing that you guys tell me. I just love it. It's really freaking effective, it just sounds really good, So let's continue. I'm loving this band. I love the sometimes these raw distortions really, like, it's just a little bit of fuzz, very clean, but fuzzy. So it's not clean. It's just like the distortions were just not that powerful, I guess, but they sound amazing, Oh my God, I totally forgot to read the years of the albums, but well, this is from what album year? This is 72. Then Poco was, I did read that, and then 69, yeah. So we're going in order. Nice. All right, let's continue.
Sunlight, you gotta shine on through so I can have it all. But I got to find a reason to feel the way I do. I'm getting kind of tired of pleasing them, but I want you here beside me. Yes, I do.
Wow, what a good solo.
So turn around and take a good long look at what they're trying to do to me. No matter how hard I look, I just can't seem to see. But I got to find a reason to feel the way I do. Getting kind of tired of pleasing them, but I want you here beside me. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Wow. What a good band. What a great solo. I just love the whole like style, It's not too hard, It's not throwing me off like I thought it would. It's just really good music. I'm getting into it really quickly, This is something I would definitely try and play, So yesterday, this guy in the comment section, he said, "Oh, your air guitar looks funny," and I'm like, "Okay." I guess I've never seen anybody play professional air guitar. I mean, I've seen some air guitar contests on YouTube. They're hilarious. People throwing their air on the guitar, their air in the guitar in the air and catching it, and then like it's like it's supposed to look funny, you know. But the guy was really serious, you know, like, it looks really funny, your air guitar. And I'm like, well, I guess he thinks all these guitars in the back are just here for show, you know. They're all like, they're just there for decorative reasons. Yeah. But yeah, it's just hilarious. But because the day we went to see well, the weekend we went to see Maiden and Judas Priest and Metallica, we saw literally we were standing a little bit further behind, and Metallica, James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett were literally like in front of the stage and look like watching Judas Priest, and they were like doing this, you know, like they were playing air guitar, like Metallica. James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett were playing air guitar. You can see it. There's a video of it, not from our perspective. Somebody else filmed it. They're playing air guitar to Judas Priest. So, you know, that's like hilarious when somebody, you know, criticizes you for doing something that even professional, like, legends do when they watch a concert, you know. So just saying, great marathon so far. Thank you so much, Eric. So Nitty Gritty Dirt Band is next. And now I got the right album, Symphonian Dream, Ripplin Waters. Here we go. So this is the remaster, but it is still, you know, this is from 2002 remastered, but it's still the original disc from, let's see, what year is this? 75. All right, here we go. Like 2112.
I've got rippling water to wake me to the morning, my woman in love. And tall pine trees are pointing us easily to heaven above. Blue spruce flaming on the grate in the evening takes the chill away you find. Cut the telephone line and the story's the same. There's a worn red chair by the window that we found at a sale down the way, when some old women said that they needed more room for the winter. But people like pulling out the stuff and when they sit down, and so it passes the time. Cut the telephone line and the story's the same. Like a bubble on a windy day, I start to flutter when I hear you say that you feel too good to go away. And you make me feel fine, and you've made my world a warmer place by the sparkling of your diamond face on a frayed spot with a little lace. And you make me feel fine, warm as the mountain sunshine on the edge of the snow line in a meadow or Columbine. Oh, little Jennifer, I'd give a penny for what you got on your mind. It seems like most of the time you're see how our mission is slightly less than divine. You cut the telephone line and the story's the same. In now rippling waters flow through pipes in the walls and they're keeping me warm. And the closest I've been to my family for days is my music. But to silent to stare in the morning sky, it's like hearing her calling my name. You cut the telephone lines and the story might change. Ooh, like a bubble on a windy day, start to flutter when I hear you say that you feel too good to go away. And you make me feel fine, and you've made my world a warmer place by the sparkling of your diamond face on a phrase by put a little lace. And you make me feel fine, warm as the mountain sunshine on the edge of the snow line in a meadow combine.
What a cool outro, man. Wow. I mean, that outro, like Hotel what? Like, you know. Okay, so this is, I think, you know, starting guitar, I started guitar with acoustic, classical, you know, and then I didn't really like got an electric, I think, after like 2 years of being on the acoustic. So that was very good, because when I got the electric, I was like, oh God, this is so easy, you know. But I played through just like an amp, you know, a normal Marshall, and then I was like, why doesn't it sound like, you know, because I got into Metallica and Maiden, and I was like there's no distortion on this thing, and I was like, oh, okay, you need a guitar pedal. Oh, okay. But and then I would be like, you know, bugging my mom. But I now I'm all about like this clean sound. Like I love like Pat Metheny's sound, you know. My distortion is very, very like light, you know. Especially the one I never play chords now. I never play like power chords. Very rarely, literally only when I play music that's metal. But myself, like, no. But I just love that tone, that, you know, that effect on their guitars, you know, that little distortion that's like almost barely there. Like, it's just almost because it's too loud. The guitar is a little bit, you know, it's all high. The volume is all up and it distorts a little bit. Yeah, this outro was wonderful. Now, next one, I looked it up right now, Mexico, by Firefall. Now they're from literally from 45 minutes away, an hour, I would say, Boulder. Formed in 1974. And the cool thing is it was founded by Rick Roberts, former member of the Flying Burrito Brothers, and Jock Bartley, who had been Tommy Bolin's replacement. So that's when we saw what's his name? We went to see Yngwie Malmsteen, and we saw why do I forget his name right now? Let me look. We saw. Sometimes I suck with names. Yeah, Glenn Hughes. We saw Glenn Hughes live, and he opened up for Yngwie Malmsteen, and then he was just like, "Oh yeah, this is where I'm," because we were playing. They're not in Boulder. We've seen like Steve Vai in Boulder, and we saw Aldi Meola in Boulder. But he was like, "Oh, when we're back in Boulder, you know, Tommy and I," and he kept talking about Tommy. He just, you can see that he loved Tommy Bolin, and he's like, "I can feel him. I can feel his spirit." You know, that was such a special night. He was such a cool guy. Sings so high, like, oh my god. I was like, is he really doing that, Alexia? Like, oh my god. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, they're from they're from Colorado. At least they formed here. That's kind of cool, because I think the reason I know this is because I looked up bands from Colorado. And then there was like the Lumineers. I don't know, the Lumineers? Is it the Lumineers? I think it's not the Lumineers. I think it's that other band that sounds like the Lumineers. Let me see. One second. Ah, yes, it is the Lumineers. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So here we go with Mexico. Let's go. Well, we've been to Mexico so much in the last couple of like the last 2 years. We've been to Germany, to Munich. We've been to Canada, to Spain. We've been traveling a lot. And I've always wanted to take Alexa to Germany, and we had such a blast. I mean, it was so cool to show her, you know, the street that I grew up in. Not the street, but I mean, when you're a kid, you pretty much you have your zone, right? You have your house, and then you have your couple of streets, and then you don't go further. So I showed her pretty much that whole, like, you know, the house that now is like, they turned it into like these apartments, and I was heartbroken because I didn't know. And then my way to school, we walked from my house to my school with my best friend who still lives in Munich, but he doesn't live in that area. So we're both like in tears. And then behind the house was this awesome like field of where we would just play with our toys, Star Wars, and it's very like foresty. So we were like on the planet of Endor, and then in the winter we were on Hoth. You know, it's so good. So we would walk to the school, and then all the best friends we knew. And then we actually went to one of our teachers, and she did not open the door. We're like, hey, you know, like, I don't want to reveal like the personal information, but it's like us, you know, like, remember us, you know? And she's like, yes, I do. What are you doing here? Oh, we just wanted to see you, you know? And she's like, no, I'm not. It was also a little bit too early, I guess, for her, but she's retired now. I mean, this was our like 4th grade teacher. She was kind of like, what the hell? What are they doing, you know? But she did remember us. We were good students. Yeah, just walking through, you know, like for 2 hours, just the neighborhoods. And we went to his house, and we always go skateboarding in that area. And it's just amazing. Just an amazing childhood. And it's very close knit, you know, what we had. But I mean, I would also, for 1 year, I was going to another school, so I would always have to take the metro, and Munich had such a beautiful subway system, so I knew it like, you know, my right pocket. So Alexa was just amazed that I still remember everything. I knew exactly all the stations by memory and how they looked like and what they were called and where we had to go. And it was just, she was kind of like, how do you remember this stuff? I mean, you were like, what, 13, 14 when you left? I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I did this every day, you know, like, yeah. So it was very nice. I don't know, we haven't like uploaded any videos of it, but I guess they'll come soon. It's because so much after we came back, so much stuff happened, and this hard drive is giving me trouble. Okay, so here we go with Mexico. That's a wholly different chapter. That's literally after Munich, where I met Alexia. Beautiful. Okay, let's go. What a great track, man. Wow. those trumpets there like killed me. I was like, oh god, this is so mariachi like, and I love the solo, the lyrics, and they it's really reminded me of like, you know, first when I moved from Germany to Mexico, I didn't like it, but it was just the culture shock, you know, the language, you know, and everything was just different. But now when I look back, I'm so happy that we moved there, you know. And that's how also I ended up, you know, meeting Alexia, because she moved there, of all places, Puerto Vallarta. And we were like beach kids, you know, like, and there's really not that much to do in Puerto Vallarta. I mean, yes, we would go a lot to the movies, and we would just go to the beach, you know, that's where you go. Pretty much everyone, you know, that's just a nice, because it is literally like, if you live in Puerto Vallarta, you literally live in paradise. You live like, you just don't realize it because you live there, you know, so it's so normal. But if you really look at it, you know, it's like people pay thousands of dollars to stay there for a week, and you live there, you know. So it's just, it's pretty insane, and it's so open and free, and you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want, you know. I mean, not exactly, but I mean, as a, you know, as a teenager growing up there, it's not so restricted, you know, you can, but it's also like, this is literally a reason that Alexia and I, like her on herself, by herself, and me by myself, we got into the whole, like, you know, going out and into nightclubs, and, you know, at 16 and stuff, you know, and drink alcohol. And by the time we were in our 20s, we were like, we're done. Like, we've, you know, so that's kind of cool, because now, since we've lived in the US, we've never really been, I mean, yes, we have friends who drink, right? But we've never really done any kind of like spending on anything, you know, like that, you know, like going out and drinking. It's like, why would you do that, you know? Because we had it all in Mexico, you know, we had that freedom, and it was so much fun, like beach parties, and, you know, and it's just really cool. It was a cool learning process to live in Mexico. That's very free, you know, first very restricted in Germany, then total freedom. And then now here it's obviously more restricted. You can't do a lot of things here that you can do in Mexico, you know. So that was kind of cool, I guess. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Greybeard. This was an amazing, so good. Like, the guitar work here is so interesting, so fresh, like good playing, you know. Just like, these guys are like so fluent on their instruments. I love that, you know. I don't like choppiness, you know. I don't know, because it's just like, that shows that choppy players are just like not that good, you know, like they just don't dominate the instrument, because it's not supposed to sound like that, you know. So I guess I've always had this issue, you know, with players. I just love I love, you know, that liquid sound, you know, when somebody plays, you know, the domination of that instrument. And all these players are just so good, you know, it's just wonderful. So thank you for that. And I'm sure, you know, Eric, you know what I like. So thank you again. But let me know what you guys think of these bands. And are you into this music? I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this marathon, you are. But yeah, let me know, you know, let me know what you think. Which one was your favorite track? I think I love them all, you know. They all had something special, you know. The singing and the playing, and it's just very good. So I can't really make up my mind right now which one was the best, but there wasn't a track that I didn't really like or got into. They were all like, good. So thank you again so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Eric, and I'll see you guys in the next one.